Hey, I got a phone call. I got a phone message on my answering machine. I still have one. And my answering machine, I have it just for Bill O'Reilly. And he left. Let's listen to the first call.
Jimmy Dore. Just a vague FYI to you far-left Belgian hendive munching smear merchants. I live in a house built by beavers, and all my employees are well-fed with falafels and currently live in an abandoned Sambo's restaurant in White Plains, New York. More later on The Factor.
He sounds drunk.
Yeah.
He sounds drunk.
Been having cocktails again. I don't mean.
Yeah. He called back. He called back a couple times, actually.
I'm just saying there were other people who worked on the White House, Jimmy. But according to my extensive research as performed by my well-fed interns, currently housed in an abandoned Sambo's restaurant outside of Passaic, the slaves only built the easy parts of the White House, like the mailbox and one of those cutting boards in the shape of a fish, like I made my mom for her in elementary school. The white guys were given all the hard parts, like doors and curved things you have to measure with some kind of instrument or something. All I know is slaves got away with fucking murder at the White House. They had it good. So essentially, Michelle Obama was correct. And I'm okay with that, see? Keeping it fair and balanced.
He sounds drunk.
Yeah, he's got a drinking problem.
He certainly has a problem. He called back again.
Anyone who implies I'm soft on slavery is beneath contempt. I've always been tough on slavery. If I'd been alive during that great era, I most certainly would have favored stricter regulation of that industry to ensure proper safety standards for the cotton. And as any historian knows, the better you care for a product, the better conditions get for workers. More later on The Factor.
Okay.
You can't see me right now, but I'm winking at you in a charming manner while pointing my finger.
He's in a bad state.
He sounds nice, though. He gave me a little wink and a point at the end. That wasn't bad.
Yeah.
I think there's one more.
There are a few more, I bet.
I bet he calls back a couple more times. Okay, let's keep going.
Let us not forget the Irish were once considered slaves by the English, okay? My Irish ancestors struggled with bigotry and hate, just like my African-American friends. As a matter of fact, my great-great-great-grandfather died while being transported on an English slave ship. He choked to death on a truffle after getting drunk with the captain and falling off the poop deck.
There's more. He keeps calling. He calls back.
Hello, Sambos? Hello? Where are my kumquats? Where are my kumquats? Fuck it, I'll do it live.
Does he call back?
Yeah, I think he said there's more messages. This guy won't.
Let me make it clear, Jimmy. My statement was not a justification, not a defense of slavery. It was more like an explanation for it. You know, like when Gilligan says, but Skipper, I can explain. So basically, slavery is like a sitcom that distracts people from the Vietnam War. So essentially, Michelle Obama is correct. And if she were here right now, I'd pat her on the head and tell her to bring my shoes. I don't owe you anything, Jimmy. My word is my bond.
What?
Yeah,
why is he ends a call like that? Here.
He's incoherent.
He is. There's one more call. He's got one more. This is the last one.
Has it ever occurred to you non-slavery advocates that my words may have been taken out of context? What I meant to say was the slaves who built the White House were surprisingly articulate and clean, and thusly rewarded for their appearance. especially the ones who look less African. Let me rephrase that. Slavery was an abomination. Just think how much nicer it would have been if the slaves had cooperated more. More later on The Factor.
Now, this is his last one. It gets even crazier. This is his last call.
Beep. Finally, tonight, Factor tip of the day. Let me make the obvious comparison to another great democracy, ancient Athens and Greece. Did you know they had slaves too? So essentially we're following in the footsteps of the inventors of democracy, Jimmy. Their slaves, or family, as I like to call them, were well fed and housed too. They were valued craftsmen working all day in the asbestos mines, while at night they were provided with fireproof lodgings. And at the end of their service, they were rewarded with freedom at the ripe old age of 22. It was only a coincidence that they all died of cancer 3 months later. No spin there. Where are my kumquats?
All right, that was Drunk Bill O'Reilly explaining what he meant when he was talking about the slaves being well fed and given decent housing by the government. Thanks, Bill. All right, that's it. We're good.
Do I hang up or you hang up? Is this still a message? Oops.
Okay, bye, Bill. This is not a message anymore.
Oh, bye.